welcome back. My name is Tia. I am a channel, a healer, an intuitive, and a medium, also an animal communicator. All things connected to spirit. That is what I do, and that is what I'm doing here on my channel. But today I wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction, something personal about me, which I have yet to do on this channel. And like I mentioned recently, I had a long hiatus away from YouTube. And now that I've decided to come back, I thought it would be a good time for a little introduction. So, about me, you might be wondering, channeling is something that is a profound experience when you allow your ego and conscious to move to the side and allow spirit to move through you. So when I say I'm channeling, some of you might already know what this means. Some of you might be curious about what that means. When I say channeling, it means that I am calling in and allowing universal energies, i.e., the archangels, to flow through me. And I channel information, energy, words, communication, expression, healing through my physical body as the channel. Now, channeling is not something that necessarily came naturally to me, but it is something that I learned, and it is something that anyone can actually learn to do. But what brought me to this journey? What led me here? So this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. Now I'm holding my crystals. So these are my little friends in spirit. They help me. This is my channeling crystal, which is a danbarite, and this is a Lemurian quartz crystal, which is sort of like an antenna for me. Anyhow, these are the crystals that I use while I am channeling and doing any kind of sacred work. I always have my crystals with me, but that might be for another day. So about 10 years ago, I had a number of health problems. I had complicated health issues. I had multiple health issues. I had very debilitating health issues. Now, what happened was I came somewhat near death when I was struck one day with a massive amount of blood clots. Now, I had already spent a lifetime in chronic illness. I had a lot of conditions, and this was just the tip of the iceberg, really. And this was the final crescendo of my health experience and journey. Now, I was in my 40s at the time, and again, about a decade ago, this happened. And I kind of thought, well, it really doesn't get worse than this. Now, I had been a spiritual person, but not really understanding the realm of spirit in the way that I do today. So after I got home, I kind of resigned myself to the fact of, well, I probably won't survive this. I have a blood clotting disorder. I have a lot of blood clots, and I kind of expect to just fade away. It wasn't a suicidal prophecy. It wasn't ideation in any kind of a way. It was just that I didn't feel like my body could continue. I felt this must be the end because there's only so much more that my physical body could handle. Now, what happened next was the interesting part. I woke up one day, just like any other day, only I somehow changed. This is what I call a spontaneous awakening. And it has happened to other people, and I've read a lot about this. For me, what happened was I woke up and I felt connected to God. I felt connected to the universe. I felt connected to love. I felt I knew what love meant for the first time in my life. And this was something that I had never experienced before. I suddenly felt whole. I felt worthy. I felt important. I felt that I mattered in the scope of the universe, in the scope of things, that I was valuable on earth. And for the first time, I really, truly understood what love meant. And I felt like I was floating around in a bubble of love. And this is how I refer to it. I floated around in my pink bubble of love, and it was wonderful. Everything was magical, and I was talking to the trees, and I was healed. I was cured. It was a miracle. Temporarily, that was the case. I was in also, aside from the blood clots, I was in an enormous amount of pain for a number of years, and I was partially bedbound. For several months after this awakening, I, for several months, I had no pain. I was not crippled from this agony that I was in, this constant agony that I was in. It had just stopped. There was no pain. There was no physical ailment. I'm not saying that I was 100% cured or I felt wonderful in my body at all times, but I had no pain for at least 3 months. And my ailments were um, I guess, alleviated. I didn't feel the heaviness of these diagnoses. I felt free. I felt liberated. Now, again, this was a period of where I felt this utter state of bliss and expansion and knowingness and understanding. I was in this period, I would say, for about a year. I'm not 100% healed, but I felt much better and I felt more connected. I felt more in tune. I felt like I wanted to be a part of this world. And I felt that I could, probably for the first time. So now you might be asking, am I still sick? And the answer is technically yes. I can't do what other people can do. I can channel, I can connect to spirit. I was shown what it means to be part of the all, part of the consciousness of the universe, part of the fabric of the universe. And I was shown how we are all connected and how the information that is out there, the information that I channel, the information that I can see if I'm connecting to a deceased loved one, for example, it's all part of the same fabric of energy. It just happens that I had an experience that allowed me the interest to open my eyes, to lean into it, to learn more about it so that I could serve. And my primary purpose is to serve and to be a blessing. How may I be a blessing? That is always the question. So I went about my days, even though physically it was still a challenge, and honestly, it still is. I have not fully healed, but what I found interesting is that healers, energy healers, many of who I have met, have similar chronic illness, similar chronic conditions that are debilitating or challenging, and yet they make the most effective healers. And why is that? That's truly because we have a particular kind of empathy where if you have a very difficult experience in your body, that's something that we can resonate with, we can understand, we can empathize with. Therefore, we can connect to it in a way that perhaps someone else isn't able to. So it's kind of a secret weapon having these conditions and knowing what it means to feel a particular kind of mm, I don't necessarily want to say lack or a difference in health, a difference in frequency of well being. So I think that's really fascinating. And I found it even more fascinating the more that I learned about healing and healing modalities and how other people who I became familiar with or maybe was friends with who had chronic conditions and were able to do healing sessions. Now, that's part of the beauty of this whole experience. But it took a number of years for me after this awakening of really understanding where my particular abilities lie, laid, and laid or lied. Well, anyhow, uh, and I started to study and I started to find out more. And I was on YouTube a lot, soaking up information wherever I could. I to study about healing and about intuitiveness and mediumship and different kinds of spiritual modalities. And I was learning and learning and learning and soaking up information to the point where suddenly it was clear that not only could I also do this kind of sacred work, um, but that anyone could, including you. So maybe you have an interest in spirituality, or maybe you have an interest in your own kinds of work. Maybe you would like to even simply pull some oracle cards or learn the tarot, or uh, offer intuitive readings for someone. And I'm here to say that it is very possible, because we're all connected to the same stream of information, of light, of wisdom, of universal love. It's all the same frequency, and we can all tap into it. So my journey slowly but surely led me here. And even though I might have taken a couple of years off of YouTube, I was creative and painting and doing some art and exploring other facets of myself. But I always knew that my true love laid with connecting to spirit. So I knew that eventually I would come back home. And that's what this feels like. This feels like home. To be able to channel, to connect with the archangelic realm, that feels like home to me. That's very natural. It's very comforting. And I'm blessed that I'm able to do it. So as I continue, hopefully weekly, posting channeled messages here for everyone. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you follow along for the ride, subscribe, and like my videos so that more people can receive the healing and blessing of the archangelic realm, because it will help the channel. And I hope that you do enjoy the channeled energy, because it's not just about the words, it's about the frequency that is being emitted by the energy and the sounds of the archangels as they move and flow through me. Physically, I'll be moving. I might use my hands or tone. I'll be saying words, and all those things are an energy that no matter who you are, no matter where you are, and no matter when you see the video, the energy holds true and strong, and you can feel it anywhere. So if perhaps an angel is channeling some beautiful words that bestow love upon you, and you listen to this video a year later, perhaps that energy is still there for you. Perhaps you get a chill, perhaps you feel a tingle, perhaps you have a memory. Something triggers inside of you that reminds you that you are truly loved, right? That is energy, that is healing, that is upliftment, that is all kinds of things based in love that are for your greatest and highest good, and that are meant to be a blessing for you. And that's the beauty of this journey. That is the beauty of the information and the energy that is passed through me as a channel to you as a viewer, who is choosing to say yes, choosing to participate and to receive the energy, to receive the blessings, to receive the awareness, the understanding, and to receive the attunements, right? Because we're up leveling, we're working together to do better, to feel better as a collective, to love one another more. So that's part of why it's so important for me to be back here now on this channel, especially during a time collectively where there is more separation, and there is more fear, right? The point of being here today and right now is to come together in love, to come together in compassion, in harmony, and understanding, in healing, and in rising above. When I come forward and share the light of divine, of the cosmos, of the archangels, of ascended masters, that light then blesses you, so your light can shine even brighter. And that is the whole purpose. Especially now, again, I feel like this is a very important time to come together with these attunements, with these blessings, and for everyone it's going to be very different. So for you, you might just hear something that makes you feel a certain way, that helps awaken something in you to make a decision that's more positive for yourself. Perhaps you have a physical ailment that in a moment feels healed, or feels that you have transcended it, beyond it, in that moment, just from the very energy of what you are receiving during a channeled video session here on YouTube. Perhaps you hear something and recognize in yourself, oh, this is something that reminds me of a calling that I have, something that wishes to be answered, a part of me inside that says, you know what, there is a path that is yet unrecognized. There is a path within me that seeks to forge ahead in a particular direction that I have yet to do. And maybe this is an opportunity for me to try something different, or to work in my profession differently, to feel differently, to go about my day differently. How can I feel better? Because if I feel better, I can make the person next to me feeling better. So I can make that person feel better, and so on and so forth. The ripple effect is something that cannot be undervalued and cannot be understated. The ripple effect, my energy, how it impacts you and impacts the people next to you, and so on and so on. We're talking about a revolution of love. We're talking about a revolution of light. We're talking about a revolution of expansion and consciousness, awareness, and bringing us into something that will shift us on a very, very deep, energetic, and even on the level of DNA. So conscious expansion, that's really what we're doing here. And I just wanted to have a quick intro to let you know what it is that I am hoping to achieve with this channel, what I know that a lot of you are receiving. And as this channel grows, I hope that the love grows. I hope that compassion grows. I hope that understanding grows. I hope that the healing grows. And I hope that the love grows. So I have a lot of different ideas, but one thing that I am working on, actually several things that I'm working on. Number one is, if you haven't already subscribed, in the description below, you can subscribe to receive a weekly channeled angel message, which is something I started very recently, and I'm extremely excited about this because it's the angels and I get to channel them and I get to receive these messages to share with everyone. So it's a beautiful gift, it's a blessing, and it's free. So subscribe now and you'll see the link down below. And also, something that I am offering is a beautiful ebook that's available on April 25th, 2025. The pre-sale is on now for only $10. Ebook or PDF is called Mindful Moments, 7 Spiritual Steps to Inner Peace. And it seems apropos at this particular moment in time when a lot of us might be feeling a lot of fear or discomfort or dis-ease, that we have access to resources. They are available to us right now. And this channeled information, a lot of this ebook is channeled. 7 spiritual steps to inner peace with solutions via the chakra system. So starting at the root chakra and working up to the crown chakra, we'll be doing different exercises and things that will help to clear and heal each of these energy centers or chakras. And as we do so and move up the chakra system, we will find a very easy way to maintain our energy daily for a smooth transition to inner peace. Now, you will have a choice of exercises to do per section or chakra, and just one per day per chakra is all you need to really attune yourself to stillness, to inner peace, to mindfulness, to ease and flow, to comfort in the mental and emotional planes and beyond. So this will be a nice introduction to working with your energy in a way that will bring you inner peace, that will bring you mindfulness and comfort, but something that you can do very easily. So a lot of different things are going to be shared in this ebook that I think is going to be very valuable for everyone, especially right now at this pre-launch price. So this is just one fun offering that I thought would be a really, really crucial right now. For those of you who are experiencing any kind of discomfort with what's happening in the world, or maybe there are situational problems in your lives that you need to feel a little bit more control over and more peace within you about, this is going to be a nice journey for you to tap into inner peace and stillness. So there are other things coming as well, but I maybe I will save those for another day. I do have a fun flow chart that is something that is almost finished for creatives out there. How to get into a flow state for creatives. That's going to be just sort of like a 1 or 2 page PDF about a quick, easy way to get into a flow state for creatives, for writers, for artists, for performers, etc. And I think that's also going to be of great value. But keep checking in because I'll be having new things available on offer. And I think it's a really important time for us to unite collectively, to work together because we have love in common. We have our desires for peace in common. So, what I'm hoping to do with this YouTube channel from here on out is to not only channel the love of the angels, to channel the love of ascended masters, and to bring healings for those of you who are sharing in this beautiful experience of life together. I have the desire to share so much more. I have a big idea that's coming, so stay tuned because it's going to get interesting. For those of you who wish to come together in the heart space and to bring peace to the planet, to the collective, to bring love to your fellow man, right? We can do that together. Together, our energy is enormous, it is strong, it is vast, and it changes the tide of perceived realities. So, together, it is my hope and my intention that we can work together to build a stronger planet, to build a happier and healthier planet, to build a more loving and compassionate planet. So, it all starts in the heart. And this is something, again, that I'll be talking about more in the future and down the road in my next videos. A lot of things are coming to me from spirit, and they're asking me to step forward in a way that I haven't stepped forward yet. But that is on the agenda, so stay tuned. And meanwhile, thank you so much for sticking around, for learning a little bit about me. And I'm sorry about my lighting. I will get there. I promise I will get it all figured out. I'm not a techie. This is not something that comes naturally to me, but I'll work it out eventually. So thank you for your patience while I work out my tech issues and my lighting issues. And I hope to see you in the next video. Please, again, subscribe to my channel here, and also subscribe for your weekly channeled angel messages. They're such a blessing and such a joy. And I will see you next week. How does every Sunday sound to you? Channeled healings, channel messages every Sunday? That's going to be the goal. So if I don't see you this Sunday, I hope to see you on a Sunday coming up soon in the future. And I send you all so much love, and so many blessings. Thank you for being here.